And start the October 9th Hancock County Technical Committee meeting. Let's start with roll call.
Name the offices. Auditor's here.
Yeah. Health department is here.
Surveyor's here.
Planning?
Highway.
Purdue Extension.
All right, let's go through the minutes of the last meeting. So the meetings for the minutes for September 11th. Yes, the mutual aid is absent from the meeting, correct. Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from September 11th?
Yes.
I move we approve the minutes based on what they're written.
I second.
Okay, we have approval, motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passed. All right, on the agenda, first and only, new business, Hancock Regional Hospital, PUD, 6189 West John Moglen Drive, replat of Phase 1, Section 1. Anybody want to jump up there?
Good morning.
Morning, you want to, Mike, you want to go ahead
Yeah,
and tell us a little bit? Anybody got anything?
I already passed mine up.
Wow.
Harold didn't want to jump up for old time's sake.
That's for you.
Who earned his money today?
Do you not want mine? He's not here.
Scott?
Not supposed to.
Okay, I'll take questions about the plat, the secondary plat.
You want to give a brief description
then
of what you're
Alex-
doing, and then we'll go
I'll
from
let
there?
Alex do that and Harold. Yeah,
Okay.
we just prepared the plat for
Okay.
the addition onto the Gateway Hospital, so.
Okay. Just give us a little bit of a brief of who you are and what's going on. And I guess I should say, this meeting is being recorded. And so anything that you say is out in the public domain. So make sure that you understand that.
So my name's Alex Stevens. I'm with Kimley Horn, the civil engineer. So we are doing an expansion onto the existing medical office building for an emergency department, which includes a minor realignment of Moglen Drive to the north with the addition of a roundabout, a patient drop-off on the northeast side of that building expansion, an ambulance drop-off on the northwest side, and additional employee parking down on the southwest side. We're rerouting some utilities that were under the building footprint, including a storm trunk line that discharges to the two ponds to the southwest, a sanitary service line to the existing building, and a water service line to the existing building. There are some utilities that are additionally getting a slight adjustment that we're following Moglen going east-west to account for the realignment of that road in the roundabout.
Okay. Well, why don't we'll do this kind of in two stages. So let's do for the plat, if there are any questions on the plat, and then we can go to questions on the PUD. So why don't we start with Mike for the plat, and we can start down there for Lexi. Or Lex.
So I didn't get the plat, but no comments from Purdue.
Okay.
Highway has no comments.
Planning has a couple comments. There's just some proofread kind of typos on the plat on page 1 that I've noted here, and actually I'm willing to give you this marked up copy, not much on it, but
Okay.
on page 2 there was a typo in a couple of the paragraphs, and I had a question about a sentence about a non-access easement along 200 North that I thought might have been copied and pasted in. Okay. And then just a note that this must be recorded before a building permit related to this project on this lot can be issued. Put that up there.
I'll come get that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you see my comments, I had a couple. One, Hancock Gateway, as they continue to go through, and Harold and I had a little conversation about this, that their drains are regulated drains that are through there. So when you're vacating this easement, that'll have to go before Drainage Board, because you're vacating that easement. And then the second thing I'd like to see then, since those drains are that way, I'd like to see a new easement on there. for
Did
the
you
new
get
one.
the updated plat from yesterday?
I,
We've made that change and put an easement on there, so I
okay.
could get that
All
to you.
right, so yes, I will need to have that on there as well.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, yes, okay, good, yep. All right, and those are my questions on the plat, so.
Okay.
Health department has nothing.
I am wondering why Block B, which is obviously a road now, but it wasn't when we originally platted it, why it's a block and not right of way? Because blocks get taxed and right of way doesn't, and I'm sure you don't want to pay extra taxes.
You're gonna have to eventually.
State your name.
Harold Gibson, Hancock Regional Hospital Director of Property Development. So there are private streets and public streets in the park. And the private streets, obviously, we don't have the same right-of-way width, and we don't also have the same pavement standards as other ones. And in this particular case, it was decided when we first platted Section 1 that the public right-of-way would stop basically as you come out of the right-of-way of the roundabout, and then the private street would continue in front of that. And you're right, and we appreciate the comment and the concern that the common area might be taxed, but it has more to do with use of that and our jurisdiction versus having the county. So it's just a continuation of the private street.
Fair enough. My second comment is I would like to see the acreage I'm adding for each lot so that I'm the most accurate I can be when I'm splitting and combining into those pieces.
We can make that happen.
Thank you.
Any other comments? All right,
I think.
Mutual aid.
yes, okay.
So I'll be reading the comments for mutual aid.
It'll work. It's really sensitive.
So the Buck Creek Township Fire Department has requested the following information for the Hancock Regional Hospital PUD project. They are requesting a minimum of 8 water mains. Minimum height of the ambulance canopy should be 12 feet inches to allow ambulances to safely enter. See attached ladder 471 turning radius information to design the roundabout so that the ladder can maneuver safely if needed. Move the proposed light pole on the north side of the roundabout to allow a ladder truck to maneuver through roundabout without hitting the light pole with their buckets. The distance from the buckets to the front axle of ladder 471 is 144. Remove island or winding road highlighted on attached picture for fire apparatus to maneuver safely. Coordinate with Buck Creek Township Fire Marshal Andy Herbert. His phone number is 317-353-3570, and his email address is herbert@buckcreektownship.in.gov, and he's the project, as the project progresses. Thank you.
Those don't necessarily have to do with, well, a little bit might have to do with the plat, but not much. Because I think plat will just be the outsides, but that'll be more for you guys on development on the inside. Okay. So any other questions on the plat? So,
I have a question. Is this being then approved, or how does it work? What's our motion going to be?
Approve with the comments made by the
Okay.
different departments. At this point, as far as recording the plat goes, it will go around the different departments and the routing sheet will be signed off on, in addition to just making That's part of what my office does. We make sure all these tech comments get checked off before we sign off on the routing sheet.
So it doesn't have to go to the planning commission, just as approval?
The plat itself, yeah, really it doesn't. This is one of those, the final detailed plan will go to the plan commission for kind of a thumbs up kind of thing, just to let them know this is a major addition to the PUD that we're excited to present. But really, from this point on, it's staff approvals.
Okay, so I do move that we approve this plat based on the comments from planning, surveyor, auditor, and mutual aid.
Okay, we have a motion second. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, vote say aye. Aye. Okay. All right, so now let's talk about the PUD in itself. If there are any comments for them or things to look at from that standpoint.
Purdue has no comments, but I just love that you guys have a lot of native plants and grasses, so I'm always impressed when I go by there.
Highways comments, request some design data for your left turn lane. So we know top of curb, bottom of curb, so we know which way.
Some elevations and stuff.
Elevations
Sure.
and things, so we know. Also, it's not shown on there to protect the two storm inlets that are there. Have them shown, so just want to make sure that those don't fill up with dirt and stuff.
Sure.
And then at the dead ends of your legs of your roundabout, make sure you put up line button delineation or barricades or something, just so people don't four-wheeling through there.
Sure, no problem.
That's all the highway has.
Planning, please show the new lot lines from the replat on C3, the site plan, and building setback lines and dimensions to the proposed building from those new lot lines. Complete and submit an ILP building permit application along with revised stamped civil and architectural plan sets. Remember that the state design release and tap fee receipts from utility providers must be included with that permit application.
Okay.
Just have a couple, and they're more practical. So we've added some area to this lot to the others, so are we gonna do drainage calculations for the extra area we're adding into that? Are we looking to get that as well, the added, to run those through or not?
Yeah, we submitted a drainage report to the surveyor's office.
Okay. And then the extra question I have is, so the original line that's running through there, that 48-inch line that runs down the side of the building, are we filling that? Are we pulling that out? What are we doing with that? Because there's a lot of different things, because that's a deep line. That is a really deep line with some really big structures. So how are we looking to do that and make sure we stabilize that area in the right way, that we don't have, 20 feet of not compacted well ground underneath of what we're going to build?
Our specs leave it up to the contractor to remove or abandon in place. I don't, Harold,
We're removing it. We'll remove it.
Going to remove it?
move it? Okay.
Okay, and so then we're going to compact that as we go down through there, and probably by lifts, as we're going to have to, because that's pretty deep. Okay, and does that change, and I haven't looked at those plans very well, so where that deadlined out, where it stopped out there on the street for where it was at, we had some manhole structures that were stuck in there that were there. So are we recoring some of those holes to move that around? Or are we leaving those in place for where we're at? Do they affect any of those that are in that curb? Because we have, I know, one or two structures that are really deep in that curb that goes through there. And to retie that back in, because one goes south, are we just going to recore that structure all the way down to the bottom, or are we?
We're tying in just upstream of that structure, so that one goes away.
Okay, okay,
I think that curve in the street starts to the east of those.
okay,
So as Alex said, those are taken out.
okay, okay. All right, those are my questions.
Health department has nothing.
I have questions.
Mutual aid has no questions.
Okay. And I don't think there's any motion on that, because those are really things that they will just have to get through for each department as they go through them for the PUD. I mean, I think it's going to be a neat project and a good thing for the community and for where it's at. So just working through the processes of getting them all involved. So anybody else have any other questions for Kimberly Horn or for the hospital?
One comment.
Sure.
Would you say that then that this is, I would say this review of that final detailed plan, are we at a point then that this would not need to come back before tech when they do submit their ILP?
I don't think so. I just think if you get each department sign off, I think you should be good with it. That's my opinion. If anybody else has a different opinion, that's fine, but I don't see any red flags it's going to throw up in the air and stop us from, and really the main three would be us three, right, from the highway, the building department and the surveyors, so.
And I feel pretty good that Lace has had a chance to look at the landscaping plan. Like, it's all good there, and yeah, we're on sewer, as long as the plat's good, auditor should be good, so, okay, agreed, so.
Should we make a motion just so they know that it's settled? Or do you think it's good?
Well, I mean, technically, it doesn't have to come through us
Okay.
again anyways.
Okay.
So I think we'd make a motion if we wanted to come back through us, but since we don't, I think it's a moot point from that standpoint, in a sense, in throwing more mud into the waters. Okay? All right?
Thank you.
Good.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Good seeing you.
Yeah. All right, any other new business or old business?
Scott, did you have any comments on this project?
Not on this one. no.
Okay, got it, we're good, thank you.
Get the building plans to me, so it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Anything good for the order?
I was wondering, I had one little thing I was thinking about.
Okay.
I wonder if it wouldn't be useful to create maybe, I don't know, a graphic or have some sort of, I don't know if an open house is appropriate or what, but basically some sort of pamphlet or event that would allow us to get across to the elected officials what and how we interact, I guess, in order to approve building permits and other documents that come through as an application and then get built. Yeah, almost like,
Okay.
maybe more like a circle or something, I don't know, but I think it might be, it might just be a good act, I guess. I guess I feel like we're so busy doing it all the time that I don't know that everyone knows how cool that is that we act together that way to make sure that what gets built in Hancock County is thoroughly reviewed and happens the way it does. So
That one looks big.
That's fine. Anybody want to put that together?
I can try.
Oh, boy.
I'm super happy to help as much as I can. So
Okay, that's fine.
I can operate Canva. That's my skill set.
There you go. Okay, that's good. How are we coming along with digitalizing? Coming on online system for reviewing plans and plats and things like that?
it is. It's slow. It's
Okay.
real slow. I'm a little bit. I need to probably get some time back to it and really work with you guys to kind of see what, if you think it's in a good spot to use or how it's going to interact. I'm excited for it from the permitting front, more so than I am from the project review
Okay.
front. Like for petitions and stuff from my department, I'm a little bit nervous about, say, putting it up on our website and being like, hey, if you need a variance, click here and apply. Like, that worries me a little bit more than, say,
Is that done in other counties? The variance thing?
see, I mean, you could, yes, but I think there's still probably a lot of staff checking of boxes before it even gets filed. Whereas I'm really excited about it for like Scott's department. We're talking about Civic Plus because it is a great way to say, I need a sign or I need a fence. Here's all my documents. Boom, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Kind of moving it forward like that. But we probably need to just, we're at a step, I think, where we probably just need to jump and get some time and do it.
A program on Beacon for applying for deductions, and the public fills out their application and it goes into a joint email that all of our department can check through. And we usually end up calling the person and helping them refill out the form because it's usually, but at least they're soliciting like that they want this deduction where, because most of the public doesn't have the time to come between 8 and 4 and come to the counter and fill it out. So folks that wouldn't ordinarily have that opportunity, at least can start the conversation that way. So it's usually not the final product that comes to that email, but at least it opens communication, so that we can call them and say, hey, did you mean to do this instead of that?
Gives you at least a heads up, we're trying to do something
Yes.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, like, especially in cases like this, where there's a lot of documents floating around, it would have been really helpful for you
Sure.
to know that there was an updated plat.
Yes.
Yeah. And that would have been an easy thing for the petitioner too, because it would have been something that they could have just updated their
Right.
file on. Yeah, so, understood. Yep, we will,
Okay. And how about the UDO?
on hold.
Okay. I will ask no more. All right, anybody, anything else? I would, and this is just something to throw in your mind to think about, with all the things that are going on with Senate Bill 1 and everything that's there, that's moving along. Make sure that you look over everything that you have as we talk about these applications and things that are there, that your fee schedules, your inspection schedules, everything is what you want them to be. If where it's at, if you need to adjust those or bring those before the council or whatever, the commissioners, re-look at those to make sure, because the money to subsidize some of that stuff is probably going to go away. And so just make sure that you have, if somebody's going to be looking to build something, there is a certain onus of, allowing that to be inspected and doing that, and, that may be part of that fee to do that. So just make sure that you proactively look at those things as you go through it there, and anything that can help or simplify as we work through that process. Okay?
Always going to be increasing their fees, but Gary's going to wait till have that approved towards the end of the year, so it'll start the first of the year.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I would recommend, that, we don't do it until the first of the year, but just
Get to
start.
talk about it at a time.
Absolutely. Start to look at those things, and if you do things jointly together, maybe talk to other departments and see how can we make this work the best for both of us, or that we're not either double charging, or that we get enough money to make sure that we're handling what we need to handle for what we need.
Nice for the utility companies to be able to, surveyor's department.
That'd be nice. Because that one you sent me, they have about 9
Oh,
drains that
and
they're crossing.
I informed them that we do go a little farther north of 234, so they submitted some more.
Yeah, so
They're
they're,
going to be crossing 9 and 1,000 as well.
yeah, and they're not like staying on the road. They're crossing all over the place. So they're getting out into the fields and crossing things they shouldn't be crossing.
Didn't understand the whole going up and then going around someone's house instead of going along the edge of the road.
Who is that?
Centerpoint Gas.
Centerpoint
Or
Gas.
Centerpoint Energy, whatever. They're running a main line from somewhere in Madison County down through,
Yeah.
all the way down, and then it stops at New Road, and then phase 3 is gonna pick up and go through the southern part of the county.
And they're running it 4 feet deep, so it hits every one of my tiles. So, gotta love it. So wonderful.
Have they reached out to you?
No, so
I did let
Yes.
Dylan know, and he said he would contact
No.
your office.
no, he has not contacted my office. So I have a nice email set up for
Guys are
him.
gonna need a lot of patches.
I have a nice email set up for him.
Do they make tile patches, kits?
Yeah, it's called a shovel. All right, any other things that we have going forward here? All right, I will entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
All right,
A second.
all right. We are
I third it.
adjourned.
Thank
You
you.
don't have to vote on that. That's one of the ones you don't have to. Just remember, we are still live on our recording.